that's the first time I saw my sister in 34 years. She knew that I existed. I didn't even know she existed. My sister had noticed some documentation early in her life that said our name was Grant. So I thought I'd look in the phone book and just start calling Grants. And I thought, all right, just for kicks, I mean, there's thousands of Grants here. I'm going to just go with my finger. Boom. I dialed the phone number, and a woman answered the phone. And I said, look, I'm trying to do some research on my past. Do you know, or anybody in your family that had any adoptions or split-ups of families take place? And I was quite embarrassed to ask. And that woman said to me, is this Mikey? And I, still very cautious, I said, well, my name is Mike. And the woman said, do you have a sister named Linda Susan? And that was my sister's name. And I said, yes. She said, well, this is your father's house. Good detective work. So these may all be on the same day.
Yeah.
But who's, oh, that's got to be Linda then.
It's got to be. And that would have been the right time frame.
Yeah, yeah.
That would have been very close to the proper time frame. I don't know what time of year you left. Do you? And then you got Tom, Mike, you go for
Kathy.
it. And that's Candy.
Right, who is Natalie.
That's Diane.
Diane is Mary. Her name was changed after she was adopted.
I mean, they were always there. We always thought about them, talked about them. Holidays. Every time my dad got drunk, he'd, start crying, thinking about the kids. So I mean, it was something that was always. It wasn't anything that was kept. Oh well, that's we don't talk about that. That it was wrong. We talked about it all the time.
Now you get in the tears. Taken away with my two sisters. My other two brothers and sister are gone. No parents. Thrown into an orphanage. My older sister's taken away. That's at the age of 10. So at the age of 6, everybody's taken away. I have my two sisters. At the age of 10, a sister's taken away. And at the age of 14, another sister's taken away. They're all taken away. There's nothing left.
And we knew that Tom, well, we discovered went with the grandparents.
You were happy being with your grandparents in that situation?
Oh, I had yeah. I had a good time with my grandparents. I mean, they gave me a lot of opportunities. My grandfather worked on a farm, taught me how to ride horses, taught me how to care for horses, taught me farm life. I can remember driving a tractor before I could reach the pedals. He would set it up and I'd be driving it around the field while he was loading the hay onto the wagon behind it.
I think it was the Army or something. That's what it was. It was the Valley Forge Academy or something, and they wanted their property back. So they said, we're going to close the orphanage. And that's when the whites started taking interest in Kathy, and because we were all three sisters, the nuns kind of talked these people into taking all of us.
Do you like it down here?
Oh, I love it down here.
Yeah? What do you like about it?
No rat race from up there in the Philadelphia area.
Mm-hmm.
It's country.
Yeah.
So, I love the country.
Yeah. So, is there anything you dislike it about here?
Oh, taxes.
Taxes?
Yeah, but they got them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, just for the right to own in your vehicle, you got to pay a tax every year.
So this is what you're into, the cars?
I just like cars.
Taking off of it. Alright, I go. We alright? Yeah, I get it. So what was your experience like with your non-biological family? Like,
You mean my adoptive
your
family?
adoptive family?
Not good.
And she said, somebody wrote on my table, you know, and we were like, why would anybody write on the table, you know? And we were young too. This was like somebody's name and their address written out. So even as young as we were, we knew. This looks like somebody had a piece of paper down and wrote, and it came through, that type of thing. It was a very soft wood. I don't even know what it was. And she said, well, she was going to do this handwriting analysis. So she did this handwriting analysis, and of course, she came up with Natalie did it. And something's wrong with her, and she's got to go. And we went to school one day, Natalie didn't, and when we got home, she was gone.
When Natalie was taken away, she went into an orphanage in Philadelphia. And she sent letters, and they were never given to us. We didn't know where she was. We didn't know where she was until my sister Mary ran away and found her.
My mother's side never treated my sister and I like we were part of a family. We were always reminded in some way, either directly or subtly, that we didn't belong.
Sure, go ahead. Go outside. Just walk the streets like your mother did. She was a whore, you're going to be a whore. You little bastard. She wasn't married when you were born. You're illegitimate. You're both illegitimate. How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
I raised my voice. I'm sorry.
The adoption organization that handled the adoption was the Catholic Social Services. And I found it very interesting because when we moved into this new home, my adoptive parents were a bit scary. I don't think there's any other word for it. At 5.5 years old, for the first time, I was beat.
We found out later from our adoptive father that she only adopted us to clean the house.
Get that stupid glove on and start taking it around the furniture, and she'd have dirt. Oh my God, she started. She would start. She would. I said, you know, she used anything she could get her hand on to beat with. She was a beater.
I mean, we got beaten with dog leashes. I mean, metal dog leashes. Not the nice little dog leashes that retract today, but big, heavy chains we were beaten with that.